Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I haven't filmed in the longest time because, as you know, I pre-filmed a bunch of videos because I went away and stuff, so I just wanted to keep up with those uploads. So this is the first video I'm actually recording in I want to say 2 months. Please bear with me, I'm a little bit rusty, my lighting isn't perfect, but I really just wanted to sit down and make this video because I'm alone at home and there aren't many opportunities to do this. Today we initially just trying a few new products. I am, as I said it a few times, getting married next year, so I kind of want to do my own makeup. So I'm on a quest to find like a good makeup routine that will work for that. I'm basically focusing on a lot of complexion products. So I got some new things in the basket and I'm really excited to try them out. I will kind of just play around with how I would do my bridal makeup. So very light eyes, maybe a neutral lip, but the main focus needs to be the skin. But without further ado, let's just jump straight in because I'm really excited to get this on my face. I just actually did my skincare probably like 20 to 30 minutes ago and I filmed that on TikTok, so if you want to go have a look at that, please do. My name or my handle is exactly the same as it is here. I have a very angry spot on my chin, hormonal area, so there's nothing we can do about it right now. And I didn't have my birth control for about, I want to say, a week or two, so I'm just getting back into that now. So obviously I am thinking of making this a series and like just taking you guys with me to kind of play around and find new things and possibly find the perfect wedding makeup. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you guys would love to see that, and also please remember to like and subscribe. Let's get going, I'm rambling. For primer, we have this Jelly Grip primer by, I don't know if you can see it, it's got like very light writing on it, but it is by Beauty Bay, and this is their version of the e.l.f. gripping primer or the Milk Hydro Grip. I've heard very good things about this, and obviously on my wedding day I want my makeup to stay put all day, and especially since I will be doing my own makeup, I think I need that longevity, which is the main aim of this. Realize I hadn't painted my nails, but I'm gonna go ahead and use that. So it's much runnier than I thought it would be. As you can see there, it's just running down my finger. Smells like nothing. I don't know if this has any claims because I took it out the box so I could travel with it, but it just says apply directly to freshly moisturized skin, let it sit for 30 seconds before applying makeup. But it doesn't say like if it has like the e.l.f. one with the niacinamide or anything like that. Also, if I knock my mic, I'm so sorry. Like I said, I'm a bit rusty. I'm kind of getting a smell now, but I don't know if that's the, why am I salivating? I don't know if that is the skincare I put on before, but it does have a slight scent and I don't really mind scents anymore. My skin used to be a lot more sensitive than it is now after I've put it through the ringer this channel. So far it does feel quite sticky, or tacky is the right word. Gotten pretty red now from rubbing it on my skin because it does pull slightly, but let's leave this for about 30 seconds and then we'll move on to the next product. I've left that for more than 30 seconds, probably a minute or two. It is very sticky, as you can see. It's probably more sticky than the e.l.f. one is. Moving on to the next product. It's basically a primer again, but more illuminating. So I rushed out to get this. I never saw it in any stores in the UK. I don't know if the UK sell Catrice in store anymore, but it is the Catrice Soft Glam Filter Fluid, and it is basically the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter dupe. As I got the collection one, I never tried the e.l.f. one, but it's the same thing. The color range is whack. There was either this or the super light one, so I went with this just to make me look a little bit more tan. It's just a glow booster, as all of them are. It just says optical filter effect for a softened, perfected and radiant complexion. Wear alone, underneath makeup, or on top to set highlight. I don't know what that means. Color I got is 065 Tan, and I got this at Discount actually. I think it was 169 Rand if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and open her up. Obviously it's got a doe foot applicator, they all do. Shade looks very dark, but I'm sure we can make it work. I'm actually just going to, I was going to put it on the back of my hand, but I have a palette here. And I'm not entirely sure how to apply this. I think I'm going to use a brush. I think I'm going to use this, and we're just going to put it on one side of the face and then see what we get. So Yeah, that's way too orange for me. Now that it's on the pimple, we can definitely see the coverage. I wish they had like an in-between shade, like between this one and the lightest one that they had. This is very, very orange. Can't really see the hype in this, not yet anyway, because obviously it's a clear color difference. Doesn't even match my hand. Maybe once foundation is on top of it, it will look better. Let me zoom you in so you can have a closer look. This is the side with, obviously, and that is without. Coverage wise, it does have some coverage, very, very minimal, but as you can see, I have redness over here and it's covered that up, and it's also kind of disguised the angriness of my pimple. All in all, not bad coverage. I've heard a lot of people say that it doesn't have a lot of coverage and it's more of a glow booster, but if this was my shade, I definitely think I could wear it on its own. Like, I don't have the most perfect skin, but I also don't have the most problematic skin. I think that looks pretty good, and it is a primer today, so we still have like some room to play around with. So I'm gonna go ahead and first zoom you out like that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side of the face. I think I'm just gonna do it the same way because I know with a sponge it's gonna absorb most of it, and I have a brand new sponge and I'm not set on using it for this just yet, so I'll do the same thing. I have combination skin, but if you have really dry skin, I do not think this will sit well. I think it will accentuate like dry patches for sure, but an oily skin type, I think this is, I mean, no one with oily skin wants this shiny skin, but if you have combination skin like me, I think it will sit better. But I definitely think that, because even like the way it's accentuating my pores, it's not great in that respect. I feel like it will just hang on to a lot of dry patches just because of the texture of it. Next, for foundation, I have another Catrice product. I saw this on Instagram and it was just when it dropped. And wait till it got here because I love a glowy foundation. Even though I powder my face, matte foundation just doesn't sit right with my textured skin. This was very exciting when I saw it and I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. So when I saw it at Discount, I was like, mine. Yeah, this is the Nude Drop Tinted Serum Foundation with hyaluronic acid and a vitamin E by Catrice, of course. And I got mine in 065, which is the same shade as the previous product, but this is N for neutrals. Covers like a foundation, feels like a serum, lightweight, breathable formula with buildable light to medium coverage, flexible on the skin for a long-lasting skin-like result. Smooths and blurs imperfections, dermatologically, I could say that word that time, approved for sensitive skin, shake well. So let's go ahead and shake it. I again don't think the color match is perfect. I don't know how these are called the same shade, but this is, I think, closer to my skin tone than the glow filter is. Is it called a glow filter? Glow, soft glam filter, sorry. Comes with a dropper. Not my favorite method of application, but they never really suck anything up, do they? Yeah, I think I got some. Again, I'm just going to place it on the palette. Nice amount, and it is quite runny, as it should be for being like a fluid foundation. I think I'm just going to take a new brush so it doesn't mix too much with the previous. Sorry about that noise. But this is just an Eco Tools brush, and it's called Complexion Buffer. I got like a set of brushes including a sponge from Home Bargains for like, I think it was £3, and I thought it was pretty good. So I think it came with 4 brushes and then the sponge. So Eco Tools are not always affordable, but I thought that was quite affordable. But I'm just priming the brush a little bit so that the hairs don't fall out. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and do the side with the brush. Upon first application, I'm really loving this texture. This is exactly what I personally like in a foundation, and it is blurring my pores. What's this on my head? A new freckle, and giving me like a really soft, natural glow. Ooh, I really like this. Why is it that I always get really good foundations in the wrong color? Honestly, it happens to me so many times. I'm wondering if I used a different base, like a lighter base, if it would help. So far, I really like the way this is looking. I don't need to tell you, this is the side that we've applied it to. And the side without. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think, but my first impression is I really like the way it's kind of blurred my pores and not accentuated anything on my face. It looks very, very natural. Obviously the color being wrong throws you off a little bit, but it's kind of resembling some of my favorite foundations, which I just love, especially in this area here, because this is very dependent on what I think, because obviously I have really large pores in this area here, but it is sticky, but obviously the base is also very sticky. I think that looks really gorgeous. I think if I could get this in my correct shade, this might be a front runner for my wedding foundation. I did buy one high-end, which will probably come in the next video. I have a few high-end products that I just wanted to try. I just wanted to treat myself because it will be my wedding day, and obviously I want my makeup to look flawless. So I'm kind of just putting it out there. I'm going to go ahead and do this side with a sponge. So starting out, I'm just going to take what's left on the palette on my finger, and I'm just going to kind of spread that on the face, because that's just how I prefer to do it, so that my sponge doesn't absorb a whole lot of product. So this is the EcoTools sponge that I got, that I just said, or that I just spoke about. So I'm just going to bounce this into the skin. This video is going to be a long one, so buckle in as well, because I just wanted to play around with some makeup that is kind of fairly new, but not like new. The sponge firstly is not that soft. It's like a pretty standard sponge that you can buy for any amount of money that's affordable. It's not great. It's kind of hard, and it's not as porous as like a beauty blender. I have a new beauty blender as well. Beauty blender. It's kind of hard, but I feel like it's not absorbing as much product. However, I don't like the way my skin is looking. I don't like the way my skin is looking over here. It feels like it accentuated my texture a lot more than it did here. So I'm just going to take a brush and just like kind of stipple over that. Anyway, this is what it's looking like. A nice, close and personal. Like I said, let me know what you think in the comments, and if you've tried it and what your opinion is. The camera is very low, sorry. So the next few products I'm using is not like entirely new, but it's all within the last, I want to say 6 months. So fairly new to me because I play with so many products. So these I've tried like a handful of times, and I just wanted to try it out for today's video as well. I'll show you what I'm using along the way, but I won't discuss too much what I think about it, or unless I do have an opinion. So bear with me. Before we get into it, just please let me know what you think about lengthy videos. Do you prefer like shorter 10 to 15 minute videos, or do you prefer like longer videos like this one is probably going to be? I haven't even edited, but I know it's going to be up probably 25 to 26, maybe even 30 minutes. So let me know what you think, so you know I don't chat so much and we just get down to the point. But let me know what you guys want to see, because I do have a lot of new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining if you're here today, but my old ones as well, thank you so much for coming back. I'm just curious to see, because I prefer longer form content. I watch like vlogs that are sometimes up to 2 hours long, so I find it very interesting. So let me know what your interest is. But we're gonna go in now with the Catrice Magic Shaper Contour and Glow Stick. I tried it a few times. I'm not sure if I really enjoy the texture. It's quite waxy, but I do love the tone. I find it really complimentary on my skin tone. So I'm just putting this on the brush, and then I'll just dab it onto my palette just to distribute it, and then we'll go ahead and just pop it on the skin. But as you can see, like it just chisels out my cheeks so nicely without looking too bronzery or contoury. I got this brush specifically for nose contour. I got it from SheGlam, and it's just like a really skinny like paintbrush. When you use this brush like one time, I don't think I need to distribute the product, because I think this is so waxy it just like comes away from itself. I'll just tell you now, do I recommend this product? Probably not. I've tried better, more creamier products. It's just too waxy, too sticky, but I do love the tone on me. It looks like a natural shadow, which a contour should, but texturally not the best. For cream blush, I'm using the Studio London Flawless Blusher and Lip Pigment. This is a cream blush, obviously in the, what is the shade? Embrace. I've also just used this a handful of times, so I don't have an absolutely like specific opinion on it. I do like this color. It's like a magenta on my skin tone, and I really like it, because I mean I do naturally have redness in my skin. I'm sure you saw in the beginning of the video. So this is perfect for my skin tone. I think on a lighter skin tone this would definitely be a bit brighter, but I really like how natural it looks on me. For concealer, I usually prefer using like, I don't know, the one from Primark that I got, I've been using consistently, but it does have like an ashy tone. So I'm not loving it for that, but I love the texture of it. So in recent weeks, I've been playing around with the Super Concealer by Relove by Makeup Revolution, and I really love the texture of this. I've gone like to look at a few wedding venues and have like been playing around with makeup for the sake of that. So this has really been a star product since. It's so moisturizing and it doesn't accentuate my fine lines under my eyes. Obviously I try not to like put too much on firstly, and secondly I try to apply it lower down than I usually do, just to avoid those creases, and then I blend like the rest of the products up. So the brush I've been using for this is this little one from SheGlam again. It is called Mange 51164. Don't know if that means anything, but it's kind of like the Rare Beauty brush that they have. So it's a little dupe. So I got this and I'm loving it for foundation. I know I should put some concealer there, but I'm not going to, because I'm hoping on my wedding day I won't have a big spot there. But I don't like putting any product here just because, I don't know, I have like a crease in my chin over there and it just like, it scrunches up and makes it look really cakey. So I just avoid that completely. So I just put it down the nose just to like help the nose contour. I just blend it sort of roughly, and then I just take my sponge and that will soak up any excess product and push that into the skin further. I feel like I need to just take the blush brush and just go over here again, because obviously the concealer covered that up. I hope my camera doesn't die, because honestly I've been talking so much. This is it up close and personal. And obviously you want everything to stand out so that when you go over with powder, it doesn't like hide anything away or the blush doesn't disappear. So that's what we're gonna do next. For powder, this is not my favorite powder just yet. I'm still playing around with it. I tried it a handful of times in my SheGlam video, but I do like the way it makes my under eyes look, but not on the rest of my face, I guess because I don't have a pink undertone. But this is the best powder I have right now until we try those high-end powders, because my other powders just get a little bit like gunky when I use them like over like really tacky makeup, and this is all still tacky. So I am going to use the same brush I've been using for a couple of days for this exact reason. But I take the, did I even say what this is? This is the SheGlam Insta Ready Face and Under Eye Setting Powder, and I think that is their shade Bubblegum. That's the shade, which I guess is way too light for me. But what I do is, I saw a makeup artist do this on TikTok. I rub my brush in just the pressed powder and then tap out the creases, and then I just tap this on my under eye, like kind of down the side of my nose. It helps with like the pores just to minimize it. But as you can see, it's brightening, but I feel like it looks a bit ashy on me, and I don't think it's like the correct pink for me. Does anyone else have the problem that like your temples stay sticky for ages? Like I have to put so much powder on there, and that's like where I hate being sticky the most, just because like my hair will stick to it, and I very rarely wear my hair up. It's very annoying. But now you can see, like if you don't put enough of your like cream products down, it can disappear very quickly. This is why I don't put any concealer on my chin. I don't know if you can see, but it's already gone super cakey there. It doesn't matter what powder I use or what foundation I use, it just tends to get super cakey there. Next, for bronzer, I'm going to be trying again the Studio London You Matter Pressed Powder. And I think this is meant to be a foundation powder, but obviously I've used it as a bronzer just because it's the right tone. And using a darker foundation powder for this purposes, it makes it so much more long lasting. So I'm just grabbing a little brush. I don't know where I got this brush from. I think from Home Bargains or B&M as well. And then for blush, I just pulled out this Bobbi Brown. I've had this for ages, this Bobbi Brown blush, and it is in Sand 1 Pink. Not a fan of highlighter, so I don't think we'll use highlighter today. Maybe a bit on the nose. What are we thinking? I really like the way it's looking so far. Just my skin in general is looking really good. So I changed my mind about highlighter, and I think we're going to use a little bit. So I have the Stila one in the shade Kitten, and this is part of my project pan, and I really like it. It's got like a pinky hue, so I think we should add some because I think the light will hit it really nicely for photography. What are we thinking? Okay, so I just had some popcorn and my battery died, and I don't have much life on it right now, which means that I have taken way too long with this video. Let's continue. Hopefully we can finish this before my battery dies again. So for lip liner, I am using the Catrice Lip Plumping Lip Liner in the shade All Out. For lipstick, I have the Studio London Power Pout. Don't know if you can see that, and I have mine in the shade Powerful. My application is questionable, but oh my gosh, this lighting is terrible. For eyes, I'm going to be using the Soft Glam 2 Deja Beverly Hills palette. I said that all backwards because I'm in a rush, and that is what it looks like. I've used this before on my channel, so I'll link the video up above because I'm not going to go into too much depth because this video has been way too long. So I think I'm going to use this one. It's called Dust Rose or Dusty Rose. I'm going to use in the crease, in the outer corner, Incense, and then to darken it up, Mulberry. And then I think I will add a little bit of shimmer, which is called Dreamer. Okay, so I quickly did my mascara off camera because my battery is literally about to deplete completely. So for mascara, I used the Relove by Revolution Waterproof Mascara just because I need a light layer and I don't need anything crazy. And then we just need to apply some lashes. They're just half lashes. I don't think it says the style on here. No, it just says made in China. Where's my lash applicator? My lash applicator has some glue on it. I hope the glue's still wet, but we're just gonna pop these on. Best if you get these lashes to take them off with your fingers because they honestly have so much glue on them. And we'll just pop these on and then I will show you the final look. This is the final look. And I feel like it's really understated, but I think it's wedding friendly. Like, I really love the lashes. They look so good on my eye shape, and I love the skin. It's slightly glowy, but not too glowy. It's not tacky, it's smooth, and I'm really in love with the full face that I did today. So, concerning the new products that we tried. So, let's start with the primer. Naturally, the Jelly Grip Primer by Beauty Bay, it really impressed me. It held on to my makeup really well, and I would 100% recommend if you're on the market for something like this. It is gorgeous. Then unfortunately, the Soft Glam Filter Glow Fluid, I feel like it's just an unnecessary step in your makeup routine. I guess if the color was closer to a match to me, I would love it a bit more, but honestly, I feel like I wasted my money on it. It was only 169 Rand, I know, and it will come in handy at some point, I'm sure, but all over the face, it doesn't look good. It's really tacky. It doesn't dry down. Generally speaking, I just don't like the formula of this. Good concept, but formula leaves a lot to be desired. And then lastly, the foundation. I really like it. I love the way it made my skin look. My skin still looks really nice. It's holding on to that radiance. The texture is really good. It's natural finish. Feels like nothing on the skin, and I would 100% recommend this. It definitely is what it says it's going to be, and I really love it. But please do let me know what you guys thought of the video. If there's any products you would like a more in-depth review on, now that I've played with a few of the other products a little bit more. I know this was a lengthy video, but I really do hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did enjoy making it. But like I said, I really love the way this is looking. It's quite soft, and it just accentuates all the features that I want to, like the dark lip color with slightly darkness on the eye, but not too dark, and it's not too dramatic. The lashes just accentuate my natural lashes, and I feel like it all came together really well. These products are really in the running for my wedding makeup, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Please remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for notifications every time I upload. And yeah, any feedback would be greatly appreciated. But I'll see you all next week. Bye guys.